welcome to the MJ Take on Sports Fan Entertainment. Continuing my 2017 NFL Draft Scouting Combine videos. In fact, this is the last one as we discuss the defensive backs that went on Monday and a good crop of defensive backs in this 2017 NFL Draft that performed in this 2017 NFL Draft Scouting Combine. Let's start with, to me, might be the best defensive back in this entire draft. That is Jamal Adams, the strong safety out of LSU. And yes, his 40-yard dash did not shock you. He ran a 4.56, which isn't great, but at the same time, it's not bad. I mean, remember, he is a strong safety. The thing is, though, if you want him to cover John Ross one-on-one, yeah, he may not be able to do that for you, but outside of that, he performed well. He did great in drills. You can see the hip fluidity, and really, this is just a guy that in the game, he plays fantastic. So you just wanted him to just check the boxes, not be terrible, not run a 4.6 or something like that. To me, he checked all the boxes. Again, 4.56 is not bad at all. I mean, there's a lot of wide receivers in the NFL that run even worse than this. And again, he's going to be playing strong safety. And even then, his other, athletic drills weren't bad. He had 18 bench press reps. They haven't came out with his 10-yard split yet for the 40 time. But from what I remember, actually just looking at it, it looked pretty good. So to me, he checked off all the boxes, and I really liked how he looked in the drills. Okay, when it was time to do drills, I liked how he looked. So I liked Jamal Adams' day. It wasn't great, but I liked it. To me, he checked all the boxes. We look at, let's move on. Let's go in alphabetical order for once. How about Budda Baker? Okay, the free safety / strong safety out of Washington. So I'm thinking more strong safety for him. I'm not sure exactly where he played at Washington, to be quite honest with you. I think he was more free safety, but he's sitting at 5'10", 195 pounds. He ran a 4.46, 4.45 40, and he looked like he had a decent build to him as well. 15 bench press reps, so he doesn't, seem very strong coming at you in terms of that aspect, but I liked his build. Vertical was pretty good, and in drills, he looked a little out of control at times, but overall I thought he had a pretty good day. I'm not sure though that he solidified his first round stock. He's been like back and forth between the first round, second round, and battling to me with Jabril Peppers to be that third safety in this class. To me, I don't think he beat him out. I think Peppers is the third best safety in this class right now. That's just my personal preference, though. But the 4.46 40 is very good, and that's really his strength from today's workouts. 4.45 officially. We look at Garyon Conley, okay, the cornerback out of Ohio State. 4.44 40. Although I did not like him in the drills as much as I wanted to. I want to see a little bit more from him. He really didn't stand out to me. But the tape is pretty good, and I think he did really well when you compared his day to Quincy Wilson Ortiz tape, who I will get in, where I will talk about more later. I want to tell you a little bit about this Tristan Deku guy out of Oregon State. Ran a 4.62 40. Was kind of out of control out there during the drills. Not very impressive to me. I don't know why Mike Mayock was talking about liking this guy. He didn't impress me at all. Same goes with Rasul Douglas, the cornerback out of Western Virginia. Didn't see much from this guy either. So those guys are just guys that really didn't impress me much. We move on. Nathan Jerry, this cornerback out of Nebraska, just another guy that really struck me in a negative manner, just not doing anything for me was this Nathan Jerry. Did not have a great build to me, and then when he was running around out there, I don't know, he just did not look fluid at all to me, Nathan Jerry. We move on. Malik Hooker didn't do anything today, obviously with his hernia injury right now, but in terms of his measurements, okay, you like the fact that he got in at 6'1". Okay, that's a good height, 206. How was his arm length? 33 1/4. So pretty good, actually. Yeah, that's actually pretty good for a defensive back. So long arms, we know he's reaching, he's rangy as a free safety, going sideline to sideline, intercepting almost anything that comes his way. So the measurements were good. Now we just have to see how he is athletically, and I'm not sure we're ever going to find that out because if he couldn't compete today, I'm not sure he'd be able to compete at his combine either. We look at Marlon Humphrey. good day for him. Really good day for him. His stock had been falling consistently since like December, whenever people really turned on the tape and watched him, and deservedly so. He's had issues. But today helped him a lot because now you see, hey, there's a lot of things here to like. Okay, you ran a 4.4 140. You love that number. And then beyond that, had a pretty good broad jump. Bench press wasn't strong, but he's physical. I mean, you watch him on tape, he's physical. We've seen that, so I'm not sure that's a big deal. He needs to get his head around, look for the football more and more, and really just fix up his technique. But there's a lot to like in terms of Marlon Humphrey. I thought he really held himself today. How about Adoree Jackson? So we're in a 4.42 official 40 time, and this is a guy that everyone loves. I really can't believe it. I heard Mike Mayock and Deion Sanders, everyone's salivating over Adoree Jackson today. I couldn't believe it. I think this guy's just not very good as a corner right now. I know you can say he was only beat really bad by John Ross because of his speed and by... who else really beat him because of his speed? I think Will Fuller last year. Some guys with speed really beat this guy, and you can say, well, that's why. I don't think he's very technically sound. I know the upside is through the roof, but I honestly thought he was going to run 4.3. So 4.42 was a great time, but I was actually a little underwhelmed because my expectations were 4.3s. I was thinking 4.3s, he's one of the fastest guys in college football, period. He didn't hit that number for me. I'm not sure. I prefer technically sound corners, even though he can improve there. I think he's had plenty of years to do that at USC, and he hasn't. I'm not sure he ever will. I'm not sure the big hype around Adoree Jackson. He's going to be a great returner, I know that, but I'm not sure if he's ever going to be a great corner. I think he's had plenty of chance to do that at this point. A huge and high recruit coming out of high school, and he hasn't really lived up to the expectations as a coverage corner. We'll see how he develops, but I'll just tell you, I'm not that optimistic about his pro prospects. We look at some other guys. There are some guys in the middle here that, to me, failed to stand out. Some did. This Jadar Johnson, he had some nice drills, especially catching the football, but the 40 time wasn't great. This Lorenzo Jerome, a horrible 40 time of 4.7. I know Richard Sherman once ran like a 4.6, but still is a horrible 40 time for Lorenzo Jenkins and some other guys. So let's talk about Sidney Jones. Okay, Sidney Jones, a cornerback out of Washington, and this is a guy that was up and down. Okay, he had some drops in the gauntlet, had some drops. I want to say like another drop elsewhere, and I see what Mike Mayock likes. I see what others like about him, but I don't know. I think Marshon Lattimore is just better. I think Lattimore's better. I think he's more crisp, more sound. He's faster. We're in a 4.36. We're going to talk about that in a moment. I think he's crisper. I think he's better. Sidney Jones isn't bad, but he's a little... He's not refined yet to me at this point. But I love the 40 time. We're in a 4.47 official 40. That's a great 40 time for him. And again, there are times during the drills he looked very good. But at times he did not look like the best cornerback to me, and I don't think he is the best cornerback. Look at this Damontae Kazee. Okay, I like this guy actually a little bit. He had great ball skills during the receiving drills, during the gauntlet. We're in a 4.5 40. Now, it doesn't have great size. He's only 5'10". But I like something from this guy. I think he's going to be a nice little late-round pick. Desmond King. I hate this guy's body. Did anyone see Desmond King's body today? He just looks like he's carrying way too much weight. He's standing at 5'10", 201. And I'll tell you right now, I can look at all the other weights. No one else has that much pounds per inch. No one. I don't see anyone on this list that has that. And as I think of cornerbacks in the NFL, I can't think of anybody that has that much weight, that many pounds per inch of their body. I don't know what's up with that. Desmond King, way too big to me, looked so unathletic. Well, he still looked pretty athletic compared to like me, but just compared to everyone out there. And then he wasn't that impressive during drills. His ball skills were good, but I don't know what's up with his weight. And, we're talking about transitioning him to safety. You can see that today because he did not go out there and have a cornerback's body. I'll tell you that right now. So I don't know what's up with Desmond King. I expect him to be smarter than that. He's a smarter football player, but did not show up in shape to me. Or maybe this is his shape, and if it is, I don't like it. So that's just my thoughts on that. We look at Kevin King, a guy that played opposite of Sidney Jones, and I liked his day-to-day. Okay, we're in a 4.440. I saw someone on Twitter saying this is why I like him better than Sidney Jones. Don't count me into that category, but I see the nice traits here for Kevin King. And again, he's 6'3", running a 4.4440, 4.4440, 4.43. I mean, it's fantastic, really, for Kevin King. So, and during drills, he looked good, actually pretty good, I thought. So, Kevin King is a guy. Look at for Kevin King day 2, possibly. Let's move on to some other guys. Marshon Lattimore, my guy. So, 4.3, 6.40, fantastic, just incredible. Now, I did not participate in the bench press, which, you know, I don't love, but he is a corner. He does need to be a little more physical in the run game, though. So you can see why he didn't want to show off his strength, because there's not much to show. 11 feet broad jump, great. And I watched him on film. I love his hips. In drills, did he compete in drills? For some reason, maybe he didn't resonate with me, actually, in drills. Because I don't remember him competing in the drills. Maybe he didn't. I'd have to go back and check that. But nothing in my mind is coming about Marshon Lattimore in the drills. But I've seen his tape, and his hips are very fluid. His hips are not a problem for me. It goes a little beyond that when it comes to Marshon Lattimore. I'll get into that eventually. Look at Jordan Lewis. Okay, he ran a 4.54 today, setting a 5.10, 188. And, you know, he is very technically sound. And he's a guy that, look, in college he covered well. And 4.5, I don't think that's bad. It's not great for his size, 5'10". It's a little, you know, if I had to grade it, it's like a C, maybe a C minus, excuse me. But, I mean, I think I'm going to defend Jordan Lewis a little bit as we go into the process, because he's a guy that just knows how to play, just has a great feel for the game. And I think that's just true when it comes to him. So you have to kind of, I give him some slack, because I just think his game is really technically sound. We look at some other guys. We look at, this Obi Melifonwu, this cornerback that's just crazy, out of UConn. 6'4". I mean, my God, 6'4" as a cornerback. Melifonwu, 224 pounds, running a 4.40, 17 bench press reps. So he's tall, he's strong, he's fast, and in the drills he looked good. And I don't want to say round 1, because it's such a increase from where he was projected to go before today, but he had that round 1 trait. He had those round 1 traits, excuse me. My God, sound like a little baby. He had those round 1 traits. He had those round 1 traits. And Byron Jones did something similar to this, also from UConn a couple years ago. He went in the first round, and he's been good. Now, the question is with Obi Melifonwu, will he play safety? Will he play corner? He plays safety at UConn. When asked by Deion Sanders, he said safety. He wants to be a safety, or he is a safety. And he said, though, he could play nickel and corner and whatnot. So a team will have to figure that out. But, man, if you could turn this guy into something, 6'4" corner, running around 4.4, if he's technically sound, if he's smart, has a good feel for the game, wow. I mean, these are skills to be a top 5 cornerback in the NFL. I'm not saying he's going to be. These are skills to be a top 5 quarterback in the NFL. We move on to Fabian Moreau, who had a good day today, 4.3, 5.40. Great time, fantastic time. Great broad jump, 11.4. And the tape I thought was okay from what I've seen of it, and he looked pretty good in drills. This Jalen Myrick, they ran a 4.2, 8.40, a great 40, but in drills didn't look great to me. Looked a little out of control. I'm not sure he's better than a late flyer that maybe never pans out. Just nothing more than a speed guy to me. I look at some other guys, and I was not impressed by this Channing Stribling. Yeah, sometimes I just mention guys that are late round picks, and they didn't impress me in drills, but they just really didn't impress me to where I just want to mention them anyway. We look at Cam Sutton. I liked Cam Sutton. Okay, only a 4.52 at 5'11", which isn't terrible, actually. It's like I'd say that's like a B minus, maybe a B. It's fine. But in drills, I thought he looked good, and I like his ball skills. You know, he has pretty good ball skills. We saw that at Tennessee. I'm going to defend Cameron Sutton as we head into this process, as we get deeper into this process, and I'll follow him as his career develops. I think he's a good football player. Now, let's get to Jalen Tabor, okay, who had a horrible day, started by a horrible 40. Well, maybe not a horrible day overall, but definitely a horrible 40, as he ran a 4.6, what was the official time? 4.6240. Okay, they improved it by a hundredth of a second. It was 4.63. Bad. Okay, and okay, I'm going to defend him a little bit, though, because, hello, Richard Sherman, right? That's what we have to look at. We have to say Richard Sherman, a guy that did not run a great 40, but what did Sherman have? He had long legs, he had good ball skills, and he's sure to be a great corner in the NFL. Jalen Tabor, long arms, long legs, great ball skills. So, I mean, now, he only measured at 6 foot, though, not 6'1" or 6'2". So that's the problem there. But, you know, he has a great feel for the game, man. Jalen Tabor, but only 9 bench press reps, so you don't love that. Although he is pretty physical in the run game. He does give a decent effort. It's tough. I think he lost a lot of money today. I'll tell you that right now. I think he will definitely fall now out of the top 20. I had him in the top 20, now out of the top 20, possibly out of the first round. Not a great day for Jalen Tabor. I would say he'd still go first, but we'll see when my mock draft comes out, probably even tomorrow. We look at Cordrea Tankersley. And, okay, no one likes his tape. From pretty much everyone that I'm seeing and hearing. I liked him today. I thought he was pretty good today. We're in a 4.4 40, 4.40 to be exact. 13 bench press reps. Not a great vertical leap or broad jump, though. Now, I thought he moved his hips well. I thought he, was fluid in his hips. I saw good tools there. What's he standing at 6'1"? I like that. I think there's something there with Cordrea. Now, maybe the tape is just bad, and I'll see for myself. But I liked what I saw. We look at some other guys as well. We had a guy named Mike Tyson out there today. He didn't do anything interesting. I just think that's a fun name. We look at Tre'Davious White, and I'm liking Tre'Davious White more and more. And I'm thinking he's going to be maybe even the 3rd best corner in this class behind Marshon Lattimore and Sidney Jones, possibly even ahead of Sidney Jones. I had a great 40-yard dash today, 4.4 740, 16 bench press reps, so he's strong and he's fast. He has great, and his height is not great, 5'11". You look at some other traits there. Broad jump was okay. But in the drills, I thought he did well. I thought he moved his hips well. I thought he went back well, pedaled well. I liked his reaction time. I like Tre'Davious White. I'm looking out for this guy. We move on now to the cornerback out of Florida, Quincy Wilson. And some people didn't like his day-to-day. I thought it was okay. I was more encouraged than discouraged. Okay, he's 6'1". He ran like a 4.5, 4.40. And I thought that's a pretty good 40-yard dash for his size. In drills, he had, some struggles there, but I've liked what I've seen on film. I think he did show today that he might be better than his compadre, Jalen Tabor, at least athletically. Tabor has better ball skills, but I think Wilson has the better pro prospect, so we definitely saw that today. We look at this Akello Witherspoon, this cornerback out of Colorado, and I liked him. This guy's 6'3", 198, so put on a little weight. Okay, I want to see that, but 4.4 540, had 40-inch vertical, 10.7 broad jump, and he looked good in drills. I mean, he looked fluid in drills. He was reacting well in drills. He was flipping his hips well in drills. I'm intrigued by this guy. I love his build. I think he was ranked in the 5th round before this. Now he's probably going to be a day 2 pick, late day 2, probably, round 3, round 4. I really liked what I saw from Akello Witherspoon athletically. Lastly, Xavier Woods out of Louisiana Tech, 5'11", 4.54, 19 bench press reps, so I like that. In drills, he looked okay. And, yeah, I've seen him ranked in the 3rd round, so I just wanted to talk about him just for a moment. So, there you go. Those are my thoughts on the defensive backs for the 2017 NFL Draft Scouting Combine. What are your thoughts? Comment down below. I want to know. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like, comment, and most importantly, to subscribe. And until next time, this has been the MJ Take on Sports Fan Entertainment. And I'm out.